given them reply also. Yes, जिन्होंने होमवर्क सेंड किया था उनका होमवर्क चेक कर दिया है. Yes, सिद्धि, गौरी, अभिषेक, साइली, मृण्मयी, they are the regular students who are sending the homeworks. So very good. Others, it's your, I don't know what problem you have in completing the homework. Okay, so today is our last lecture actually. आपका biology syllabus का today is the last lecture. Okay, so we are going to see the last part of the lesson, enhancement of food production. So let's begin with that part. Yes, so under this chapter, last time we have seen the use of microbes under different streams, like where the microbes are used, microbes in industrial use, then microbes in vitamin production, microbes in alcoholic beverage production, microbes in sewage treatment, microbes in biogas, right? So this was the thing which we studied last time, role of microbes as energy generation, role of microbes in energy generation. After that, we have the sort of biogas. Then, what is the actual steps in the production of the biogas? That steps we have seen, and I told you to remember the name of microbes in each and every step. Then, benefits of biogas. You should remember this can be asked for 2-mark question. Next we started with role of microbes as biocontrol agent. So biocontrol agent may we have seen how different microbes can be used for controlling the harmful pests of our agricultural crops, right? That we have seen. So like what are the bacterial pathogens that we can use to control the harmful organisms like bacterial. BT के बारे में I told you a lot of things, how BT gene is used, or how that Bacillus thuringiensis itself is used in a spray manner to control the control the loss due to these host organisms, the organisms which feed on the agricultural crops, right? So bacteria में हमने देखे examples fungi, protozoa and viruses. All these organisms we can use. These are all biological components, microbes, which we can use to control the various pests of agricultural crops. So that we have seen last time. Last part जो हमने देखा था, that was about bioherbicides. I told you what is a herbicide. For example, in a cropland, if you are growing wheat plant, so along with wheat, some other herbs they also grow. ठीक है, हमारा major crop is wheat, but along with wheat, some extra plants they grow, herbs they grow, which are not useful for us. So to kill those plants, we use bioherbicides. We can use bioherbicides to control the herbs, the herb growth. Because why we have to kill those plants? Because they will take all the nourishment, nutrients which should be which is meant for our main crop, that is the wheat crop. So to avoid that distribution of nutrients, we have to control the herbs which we called actually weeds. Weeds means the unwanted plants. Okay, so to remove that we use bioherbicides. Under that we have seen, I told you to remember this, microbial herbicides and their host. On this question is asked, I told you for 1 mark इसके ऊपर question आ सकता है. Which fungus they are used as mycoherbicides, that you have to remember. Then bacterial pathogen as herbicides. Herbicides में भी 2 types है. One is where you can use a fungi to control the growth of weeds, or you can use a bacterial species. So one example from both fungi as well as bacteria you have to remember. Next and last was insects, which some insects, useful insects are there which can be used to control the growth of the weeds. So under insects also remember at least 1 example. Okay, for 1 mark this can be asked. Now today's part is last part of the lesson, last part of the syllabus is Role of microbes as biofertilizers. Okay, so last time I asked you that what is the meaning of a fertilizer. Someone answered that fertilizers are nothing but nutrients, nourishment which is provided, which is given to the crops for their proper growth. Okay, so yes, fertilizers. Now what are biofertilizers? Fertilizers are of two types: chemical fertilizers, or you can say inorganic fertilizers, and organic means which does not involve any chemical constituent, right? Now under organic fertilizers we study biofertilizers. Biofertilizer means using biological organism as a fertilizer. Okay, that biological organism in its living form, it is going to help our agricultural crops to grow, to develop, and to flourish. So using use of some microbes which are useful in providing nourishment to the crops. So what are those organisms that we are going to study? Biofertilizers, they play a major role in organic farming. आप सुनना होगा अभी everything about organic. People, they go for organic food rather from going to chemical food, right? Chemical based. So fertilizers, what is a fertilizer? They are nutrients which are necessary for growth of plants and thus for the productivity of cultivated plants. Simply fertilizers का meaning बताया गया है यहाँ पे. What is a fertilizer? These are nothing but the nutrients. What are the nutrients which are required for plants? Likewise, जैसे हमें for humans the different nutrients are carbohydrates, then various other nutrients like fats, minerals, vitamins. Similarly, plants, they also require some kind of nutrients. Like major nutrient होते हैं plants में macronutrient NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Apart from this, there are many more nutrients which are necessary for plant growth, which come under micronutrients. उसमें सब कुछ आते हैं different elements including iron, sulfur, then lead. Okay, so including all those other sodium, सारे जो भी elements आते हैं आपके chemistry में except mercury. Mercury is a harmful and poisonous thing which is not which does not help for plant growth. Okay, so other elements that come under micronutrients. So all those nutrients, okay, these nutrients are provided to plants in the form of fertilizers for their growth, and thus for a good productivity of cultivated plants. Use of fertilizers for increasing productivity is one of the aspects of green revolution. We have studied green revolution क्यों start किया गया था, for green revolution, for flourishment of agricultural green crops. Okay, to meet the needs of increasing population. For that purpose, green revolution was undertaken. So for increasing, why we have to use fertilizer? क्योंकि अगर आप जो crops grow कर रहे हो उनको proper adequate amount में fertilizers, nutrients दोगे तो ही वो grow होंगे, right? So fertilizers are used for increasing the productivity. Okay, fertilizers are classified into as inorganic, that is the chemical fertilizers, and second is organic, biological. Organic is biological, by using biological organisms. Inorganic fertilizers are synthetic where mineral salts of NPK. So, जो chemical fertilizer होते हैं, inorganic fertilizers, there the mineral salts. Now you know these are the minerals: NPK, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. So their salts, mineral salts, they are used and they are used as a fertilizer. Mineral salts of NPK are mixed in definite proportion and then dusted in the field. Okay. Non-judicious or excessive use of such fertilizers lead to pollution of soil, air and groundwater. Soil becomes acidic. तो ये जो भी chemical fertilizers use किए जाते हैं तो इसमें क्या होता है, और जब वो excess amount में use किए जाते हैं, excessive use of such fertilizers, they lead to pollution of soil, pollution of air as well as pollution of groundwater. Because whatever fertilizer they are going to spray in their agricultural crop, it is going to mix with the water which they are giving in their land, right, for their crops, and that then that water percolates underground, और फिर underground जो भी reservoir होता है ground water, it also gets polluted. So this is how it leads to a lot of excess pollution. Soil also becomes infertile. that soil cannot be used later on for another crop. Okay, so fertility is lost and soil becomes very much acidic. For a normal optimum soil ka pH is 5.7. Okay, 5.5 to 5.7 pH of soil is useful for the growth of crops. Okay, but यहाँ पे acidic means very much acidic. Okay, below 3 you can say, you know the pH scale well. Above 7 is alkaline basic, or and below 7 is acidic, right? So plant requires slightly acidic soil. Okay, not exactly neutral also. Neutral soil is not of use. Organic fertilizers are biological in origin and include farmyard manure, FYM. Remember this, FYM means farmyard manure, यानी agricultural farm में जो भी agricultural waste होता है या फिर animal dung होता है उनको mix करके compost बनाया जाता है, which is very much full of nutrients, all the nutrients which are required for the plants, it is all present in that farmyard manure. So it acts as a biological fertilizer. Organic fertilizers are biological in origin. They include farmyard manure, compost, and green manure, means cow dung. Use of these fertilizers increase the fertility of soil. Soil fertility increase करने में भी help करते हैं. Nowadays, for better and sustainable agricultural production, farmers use biofertilizers and practice organic farming. So nowadays, a wise farmer, what he'll do, he will make a choice of biofertilizers because he know that jo organic crops hote, they get a good price cost also. Nowadays, for a better and sustainable agricultural production, farmers use biofertilizers and practice organic farming. Biofertilizers are mostly nitrogen fixing, N2 fixing, living microorganisms which enrich the nutrient quality of the soil. तो ये biofertilizers actually काम क्या करते हैं? They do the work of nitrogen fixation. Okay, it means what, I'll explain you further. They include bacteria, cyanobacteria, and fungi. So actually, biofertilizers में we use living bacteria, we use cyanobacteria, it is a group of algae actually, and fungi we use directly as a biofertilizer. Biofertilizers are commercial preparation of ready to use. Now this is a definition of biofertilizer. It is a commercial preparation of ready to use live bacterial or fungal formulations. तो ये क्या होते हैं? Live ready to use. It is a live bacterial or fungal formulation. Their application of to plant soil or composting pits helps to enrich the soil fertility due to their biological activity. So what type of activity we are going to see further. Use of biofertilizers is cost effective and eco-friendly. This is the advantage of using biofertilizers. It is cost effective, then it is eco-friendly. Chemical जो भी fertilizers होते हैं, they are expensive. Biofertilizers, the farmer can make it in their farms itself from the waste products of their plants, of their crops. They can make the manure and compost. They play a vital role in maintaining a long-term soil fertility and sustainability. So I think you must have heard about vermicompost, vermiculturing. Vermicompost is nothing but use of earthworms. Earthworms, they are used for the process of degradation of organic waste. जो भी waste होता है हमारा kitchen waste simply, or in case of agriculture, whatever agricultural waste is present, उस waste के ऊपर they actually make up some beds, some kind of specific tanks. In that they pour all the waste and उसके ऊपर फिर earthworms जो है वो सब वहाँ पे insert छोड़े जाते हैं earthworms. Okay, they put earthworms in that waste and after some time, after few months actually, but there should be a proper care, वहाँ पे care लेनी चाहिए कि some birds are coming there, ऐसे नहीं होना चाहिए. Birds are coming and harming the earthworms. No, it should be covered properly. It should be protected from rain also. ठीक है, अगर उसमें पानी चला गया तो पूरा decomposition हो जाएगा, fungus grow होगा, so smell वगैरह होगा, it will stink. But so that farmer has to take, or that individual has to take complete care, and he can uh, after few months he can get a good vermicompost. Vermicompost क्या होता है? The earthworms, they will feed on all the organic matter, and whatever they excrete, earthworm जो excrete करेंगे, that is a good, very good compost. ठीक है, क्योंकि उन्होंने जो कुछ भी डाइजेस्ट किया है, it is all organic matter, and whatever they excrete, it is full of nutrients which are very much important for the plants. So without soil also, that जो भी earthworm का excrete होता है, that is like brown in color होता है, simply it looks like a soil. Okay, very much organic, feel से soft होता है, feel से आपको पता है, it is like soil itself, लेकिन काफी उसमें moisture content भी होता है. Okay, so that without soil also, if you grow crops in only vermicompost, you will get a good productivity. So that is the use of vermicompost. It also comes under biofertilizer. Okay, now types of biofertilizer, let us see. On the basis of nature and function of biofertilizers and function, biofertilizers are divided into various groups. So अभी देखो बायोफर्टिलाइजर्स के ग्रुपिंग क्लासिफिकेशन कैसे किए गए, बेस्ड ऑन देयर फंक्शन, व्हाट टाइप ऑफ फंक्शन दे आर डूइंग, what is the use, how they are going to help our crops. Depending upon that, we can select the biological organism और बायो फर्टिलाइजर. तो ये जो भी बायो फर्टिलाइजर्स होते हैं, ये these are available in एग्रीकल्चरल कॉलेज. इट इज एट शिवाजी नगर इन पुणे. वहां पे ये रेडीमेड पैकेट्स में मिलते हैं बायो फर्टिलाइजर. ओके, बट यू विल से देन हाउ वी कैन ब्रिंग दैट बैक्टीरिया एंड ऑल. बैक्टीरिया दिखते नहीं है, राइट? सो सिमिलरली जैसे वर्मी कंपोस्ट होगा, उसके अंदर मिक्स किया हुआ होता है बैक्टीरियल इनोक्यूलम या फिर फंगल इनोक्यूलम. It will be mixed with that vermicompost. It is not visible to our naked eyes. Okay, so now first is, yes, who want to teach? किसी को कुछ बोलना है क्या? हाँ बोलो. Yes, anyone wants to say something? You want to explain? We are studying types of biofertilizer. पहला है, first type is N2 fixing biofertilizer, nitrogen fixing biofertilizer. Now, what is this nitrogen fixation? See, in air you have studied the constituents of air, right? आपने पढ़ा है air is a mixture of gases, atmospheric. So atmosphere में nitrogen is readily available. Okay, but this atmospheric nitrogen is not in the absorbable form. Plants, they cannot absorb the atmospheric nitrogen. It has to be converted into nitrite or nitrate form. यानी जो एटमॉस्फेरिक नाइट्रोजन है, जब वो नाइट्राइट फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट होता है, तभी वो प्लांट्स एब्जॉर्ब कर सकते हैं, यूटिलाइज कर सकते हैं. सो ये जो स्टेप है, कन्वर्जन ऑफ एटमॉस्फेरिक नाइट्रोजन इनटू नाइट्राइट, this step is performed by the microbes. Okay, so microbes क्या करेंगे? When you apply nitrogen fixing biofertilizers in your farm, so this bacteria, actually this is going to convert atmospheric nitrogen into nitrite, and it will make that nitrate available for the plants. So plants nourishment to that bacteria also. So it is like a symbiotic relationship. Both are benefited. Okay, so see, nitrogen fixing biofertilizers, the nitrogen fixing microorganisms which convert, this step is very important, this sentence, the nitrogen fixing microorganisms, they convert atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogenous compounds like nitrites and nitrates via ammonia. Nitrogen fixing microorganisms are called diazotrophs, and these are of two types. Which are these two types? First type, as I told you, symbiotic. Symbiosis means what? Two organisms, they are living together and they are, both are getting benefit, mutual benefit from each other. This relationship is called symbiosis. As we see in lichen में होता है, there is one algal component and fungal component. So one algae and one fungus, they live together to, and their organization relationship, it is called, it is a lichen, and that lichen is a good example of symbiotic association. So similarly, here also we can see symbiotic relationship. For example, Rhizobium, Anabina. Please do underline this. ये names है bacteria के. These are the nitrogen fixing bacteria which helps the plants to absorb nitrogen. Rhizobium, Anabina and Frankia. Now ये जो भी है ये सारे soil bacteria है, naturally soil में ये available होते हैं, present होते हैं. These are always associated generally with underground parts, example roots of higher plants. So in nature they are present under in soil actually. So they are associated with the roots of the plant. Now have you seen fenugreek? मेथी की सब्जी जब आप लाते हो, ग्रीन लीफी वेजिटेबल मेथी, सो जब आप उसे क्लीन करते हो, I don't know you have observed or not, sometimes you get some fenugreek where you can see the roots of that fenugreek, it shows small nodules. Okay, छोटे nodules, pinkish colored structures होते हैं ball like on their roots. So that nodules, they are the sign, they indicate that that fenugreek was associated with bacteria, that is rhizobium, useful bacteria. तो जब राइजोबियम अफेक्ट इन्फेक्ट करता है किसी प्लांट के रूट्स को, तो नोड्यूल्स बनते हैं, छोटे बॉल लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स बनते हैं रूट्स के ऊपर. Okay, and that nodules actually they help in absorbing nitrogen to the plants, that is root nodules are formed. Okay, so it is a good sign. Okay, that is a example where you observe that there was a symbiotic relationship between the plant and a bacteria, that is rhizobium. Rhizobium plays a major role in nitrogen fixation. Second type of nitrogen fixing bacteria is free living और नॉन सिम्बायोटिक. यस, अभी सिम्बायोटिक का मतलब क्या है? एक ऑर्गेनिज्म दूसरे ऑर्गेनिज्म के साथ रहता है इन एसोसिएशन. नाउ ये जो सेकंड कैटेगरी फ्री लिविंग मींस दे the bacteria and the plant, they are not as such in association with each other, so that is a free living. The bacteria is free living in soil. Okay, it is not in association with any plant. So example, so you have to remember, देखो इसमें probability क्या है question की, they'll ask you for 1 mark, give example of symbiotic microorganisms, nitrogen fixing, and second chance क्या है? Free living nitrogen fixing. तो symbiotic कौन से है और free living कौन से है, ये आपको पता होना चाहिए. ये डिटेल, इसे डिटेल स्टडी बोला जाता है. So free living के examples क्या है? Azotobacter, Nostoc, it is a type of alga actually, Nostoc, Clostridium, Vigeringia and Klebsiella. So this can be asked for MCQ also. So for that purpose, you should remember that these are free living. They are not in association with plants. Okay, they will be freely living in soil. And उस soil में जब हम plants grow करते हैं, तो soil में actually there is bacteria, this is going to fix atmospheric nitrogen, and that nitrogen will be absorbed by the plants. So that is a free living nitrogen fixing microorganisms. Okay, so what we are studying, types of biofertilizer. पहला हमने देखा nitrogen fixing biofertilizer. Second is phosphate solubilizing biofertilizer. Phosphate solubilizer means what? Now these type of bacterial species, इसके ऊपर question है 1 mark के लिए in your exercise. Those who have done the homework, they know well. These are the bacterial species which solubilize the insoluble inorganic phosphate compound. तो soil में जो भी phosphorus होता है insoluble form में, उसे soluble बना देता है ये bacteria. Okay, this bacteria helps in converting the insoluble form into soluble form. सोल्यूबल फॉस्फोरस, इसीलिए इसे स्पेसिफिक नेम दिया गया है फॉस्फेट सोल्यूबिलाइजिंग बायोफर्टिलाइजर्स. Bacterial species solubilize the insoluble inorganic phosphate compounds such as rock phosphate. For example, so this species name you have to remember: Pseudomonas striata, Bacillus polymyxa, Agrobacterium, so and Aspergillus species. So you can remember Agrobacterium and you can remember Pseudomonas striata. So these are two phosphate solubilizing biofertilizers which helps in converting insoluble phosphorus into soluble form. Okay. Third type, compost making biofertilizers. Composting is a natural process that turns organic material into dark rich substance called a compost or humus. ठीक है, तो जैसे earthworm की केस में वर्मी कंपोस्ट क्यों बोलते हैं? Because that compost is nothing but see organic material से बनता है and it is a dark in color, rich dark in color, and it is very much rich in all the nutrients, which is called compost or a humus. The composting process is dependent on microorganisms to break down ऑर्गेनिक मैटर इनटू कंपोस्ट. तो ऑर्गेनिक मैटर जो भी वेस्ट है हमारा, वेजिटेबल वेस्ट है, फार्म यार्ड वेस्ट है, तो जो भी सारा प्लांट वेस्ट है उसे पूरा डिग्रेड कर देते हैं ये माइक्रोब्स एंड कन्वर्टेड इनटू कंपोस्ट. There are many types of microorganisms found in active compost such as bacteria, fungi, actinobacteria, protozoa, and rotifers. So these are a few microorganisms which are seen present in that compost. Okay. Next is cyanobacteria as a biofertilizer. So cyanobacteria is nothing but the blue-green alga. Blue-green alga, that group is called cyanobacteria. It is a group of algae. Okay, it is a thallophyte alga. Plant kingdom में हमने पढ़ा था 11th standard में. Many cyanobacteria are aquatic and terrestrial, free living or symbiotic aerobic. So कितने सारे words है देखो यहाँ पे. You should see that whether you know the meaning of each and every term. Many cyanobacteria are aquatic, they are present in water, some are terrestrial, present on land, they are free living, they will live alone or they will show symbiotic relationship with some plants. They are aerobic, means they use oxygen for respiration, or some are photosynthetic, means some bacteria, some alga, cyanobacteria can prepare their own food as they have chlorophyll pigment. They are nitrogen fixing. They are heterocystous or non-heterocystous form. Heterocystous means what? If you remember the structure of Spirogyra में जो ladder like structure होता है, internal structure of Spirogyra, you see some structure over there, heterocyst, जिसे क्या बोला जाता है? एक particular specific structure होता है जिसे बोला जाता है ring like structure, heterocyst. That heterocyst helps in nitrogen fixation. It is the site where N2 fixation occurs. Okay, इसके ऊपर question आया था 1 mark के लिए. What is heterocyst? So heterocyst is a nitrogen fixation site present in cyanobacteria. Nostoc में होता है, Anabaena में होता है. Okay, Plectonema, Oscillatoria, these are the examples of cyanobacteria. All are alga. Anabaena, Nostoc, Polypothrix are associated with lichens, while Anabaena is associated with plants like Azolla and Cycas. तो ये जो है देखो सारे symbiotic relationship वाले हैं. Anabaena, it shows symbiotic relationship with Azolla and roots of Cycas. Cycas, you know, it is a gymnosperm. Cycas and Pinus. तो साइकस के जो प्लांट्स होते हैं जिम्नोस्पर्म, उसमें ना रूट्स होते हैं, स्पेशलाइज्ड रूट जिसे बोला जाता है कोरोलाइड रूट्स. So that coralloid roots, they show association with this bacteria, cyanobacteria, Anabaena. Why they are in association with this bacteria? Because this bacteria is helping in nitrogen fixation. Okay. So this is about cyanobacteria and how they are used as a biofertilizer. देखो ये जो भी सारे बैक्टीरिया वगैरह है तो ये कंपोस्ट में मिक्सअप किए हुए होते हैं. कंपोस्ट में naturally they are actually present in the compost. So when we apply that type of compost in our farmland, और अगर agricultural land में compost apply करना है तो काफी large quantity में वो produce तो करना पड़ेगा जो farmers कर सकते हैं in their farm. But agar if you are growing plants in your terrace garden, or something, if you have a good garden, then there you can get, actually आपको ये मिलता है मार्केट में अवेलेबल, या फिर you can go in agricultural college and you can get packets of this biofertilizer. Or else if you are more interested, then you can digest all your kitchen waste at your home by making the vermi composting. वर्मी कंपोस्टिंग काफी फेमस है, आप देखो इसके ऊपर काफी इंफॉर्मेशन अवेलेबल है और आप घर पे प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हो ये वर्मी कंपोस्टिंग. ओके, सो इट इज जो भी हमारा वेस्ट है किचन वेस्ट सारा घर पे ही डाइजेस्ट हो जाएगा एंड यू विल गेट गुड अमाउंट ऑफ कंपोस्ट ऑल्सो. बट इसमें प्रिकॉशंस भी लेने होते हैं कि जहाँ पे आपने वर्मी कंपोस्टिंग किया है वहां पे कोई भी पेस्ट या पैथोजन ग्रो ना हो which is harmful, which will destroy all that thing, insects ना आए likewise. ठीक है, so next part is fungal biofertilizers, how fungi can be used as a biofertilizer. Now fungal biofertilizer, when we say this, the very important thing you should remember is mycorrhiza. Mycorrhiza is a fungus. It forms symbiotic association with the underground parts like rhizomes and roots of higher plants occurring in thick humid forest. तो फॉरेस्ट में जो थिक फॉरेस्ट है, डेंस फॉरेस्ट है, वहां पे जो भी सारे big trees होते हैं, the roots of the trees, they show symbiotic association relationship with this fungus which is called mycorrhiza. Now why they must be doing this, why they are living in relationship like this? Because there is some benefit, right? The mycorrhiza is providing something. So what is that something? Let's see that. There are two types. There are two types of mycorrhiza. This can be also asked in exam. Types of mycorrhiza. Write a note on mycorrhiza. Endo and ecto. Ecto, endo. ठीक है. Now ecto क्या है? They have well developed mycelium. Now when we say fungus, fungus की जो body होती है जिसे बोला जाता है mycelium. Okay. So these fungus, they have a well developed mycelium that forms mantle on the outside of roots. Now whenever you see the word, whenever you hear the word ecto, ecto means on the outer surface, endo will be always inside. So this fungus forms a cover, a mantle, a coating on the surface of roots of higher plants. This increases the absorptive surface of roots. Please do underline, highlight करो इसे. ये फंगस क्या करती है? This increases the absorptive surface of the roots of the plants and the plant will be able to absorb more and more water and nutrients and accelerates the uptake of water and nutrients N, P, K and calcium. Due to this, the plant vigor, growth and yield increases. Some hyphae of mycorrhizal fungus penetrates into the root and forms hearting net in the intercellular spaces of root cortex. You have studied the internal structure of root in 11th standard. ठीक है, तो रूट का जो कॉर्टेक्स रीजन होता है वहां पे अंडर इन दैट रीजन इंटरसेल्युलर इन बिटवीन द टू cortex cells of root, this fungus, it can also, the hypha can penetrate and it can form a network like structure. ठीक है, but usually ectomycorrhiza is present on the surface of roots, and when you consider endomycorrhiza, then it penetrates inside the roots, inside the cortex of root. They grow in between and within the cortical cell of roots. तो endomycorrhiza कहाँ grow होता है? roots के जो cortical cells है उनके अंदर penetrate करता है hypha. You know fungus, fungal hypha, दो टाइप के hypha पढ़े थे, septate and oseptate, depending on the presence of that septum. Okay, so actually the fungal hypha, they will penetrate inside the cortical roots, cortical cells of roots. Fungal hyphae will penetrate the cells and form finely branched arbuscles intercellularly and form vesicles mostly in the intercellular. ये चीज काफी इंपॉर्टेंट है, इसे अंडरलाइन करो. VAM, arbuscles and vesicles. आर्बस्कल अभी क्या करेगा, ये जो हाइफा है ये जब रूट सेल्स के अंदर चला जाएगा तो वहां पे छोटे छोटे बॉल लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स बनाएगा रूट सेल के अंदर. तो that structures are called arbuscles. that structures are called intracellularly, means within the cell, cortical cells, they will form ball like structure which is called arbuscle. And intercellularly, in between two cells, intercellularly दो cells के बीच जो space है वहां पे ball like structure बनेगा जिसे बोला गया है vesicles. So this mycorrhiza forms arbuscles and vesicles in the roots. Hence, they are called VAM. One mark question. What is VAM? VAM, VAM. Vesicular arbuscular mycorrhiza. VAM का full form क्या है? Vesiculo arbuscular mycorrhiza, because they form vesicles and arbuscles inside the root cells. Nowadays, they are described as AM fungi, arbuscular mycorrhiza. The plants with VAM grow luxuriantly in less irrigated land. तो ये use है कि this the plants with VAM, they grow well in less irrigated land also. The association of VAM with crop plants help in conversion of less productive field into more productive field. So this is the very much importance of ecto as well as endomycorrhiza. See here given here benefits of mycorrhiza: enhance water uptake, induce growth of secreting hormones, offer protection to host plant from any other microbes. So ये सारे benefits mycorrhiza के can be asked for 1 or 2 marks. Okay, so क्या क्या पढ़ा हमने? Bacterial biofertilizers which help in the providing nitrogen to the plants. Then some biofertilizers which help in converting insoluble phosphate into soluble form. Some biofertilizers, they are where compost is directly used as a biofertilizer. Cyanobacteria में example देखे all types of algae. Okay, and last then we saw fungal biofertilizer. ठीक है, इसके बाद हाँ इसके बाद लास्ट पार्ट है biofertilizer microorganisms. Means what type of microorganisms they are present in biofertilizers. Okay, organisms के बारे में यहाँ पे बताया है. Example, rhizobium. It is a bacteria, right? Soil bacteria, simply present in soil, helps in nitrogen fixation. Rhizobia are rod shaped, motile. तो ये भी यहाँ पे description दिया है उस particular organism के बारे में कि वो कैसे होता है. Rod shaped, motile, it can move, aerobic, gram negative, non-spore producing, nitrogen fixing bacteria containing. Underline this 1 mark question. What is NOD gene and NIF gene? ये पूछा गया था 1 mark के लिए. NOD is simply nodule forming and NIF का मतलब होता है नाइट्रोजन फिक्सिंग. कितना सिंपल है, लेकिन उस वक्त बच्चों को पता ही नहीं चलता कि ये क्या था. तो NOD is nodule forming and NIF genes are nitrogen fixing genes. Okay, these are present in this small bacteria. They form symbiotic association with roots of leguminous plants. तो जो भी सारे leguminous plants होते हैं जो legumes form करते हैं, जैसे कि beans वगैरह, these are all legumes. या फिर pea plant, it produces that legume, that pod. Okay, legume. So all the roots of leguminous plants, they get infected. They show symbiotic association with this bacteria Rhizobia. They bring about nodule formation on the roots and multiply inside the nodule. I told you कि फेनोग्रीक के अगर आप roots देखोगे तो उसमें छोटे nodules नजर आते हैं आपको, जिसके अंदर उस बैक्टीरिया का multiplication भी होता है. They fix the atmospheric nitrogen into organic forms which can be used by plants as a nutrients. तो ये बैक्टीरिया का फंक्शन क्या होता है? To fix the atmospheric nitrogen into nitrite form. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, तो ये स्पीशीज है, इसके ऊपर एमसीक्यू पूछा था लास्ट ईयर, इसके ऊपर एमसीक्यू आया है. फॉर राइजोबियम लेग्यूमिनोसैरम, दिस इज अ स्पीशीज. राइजोबियम क्या है? ये जीनस है. जीनस के बाद होता है स्पीशीज. राइजोबियम लेग्यूमिनोसैरम इज स्पेसिफिक टू पी. तो यू हैव टू रिमेम्बर कि ये किसके लिए है? पी प्लांट्स के लिए है. एंड राइजोबियम फैसियोली इज फॉर बीन्स. जो भी बीन्स होते हैं, बीन्स में राइजोबियम फैसियोली बैक्टीरिया मिलता है सिम्बायोटिक रिलेशनशिप में. तो ये जो है ना, दिस इज स्पेसिफिक फॉर बीन्स, दिस इज स्पेसिफिक फॉर पी. तो ये आपको याद रखना है, इसके ऊपर एमसीक्यू पूछा गया था. ओके, नेक्स्ट azotobacter. Azotobacter is another bacteria, okay, helps in nitrogen fixation. It is important and well known free living. ये भी important है. देखो ये था symbiotic association में था ये, लेकिन ये जो है ये free living है. It is not in association with roots of plants. Nitrogen fixing, aerobic, non photosynthetic. It does not have chlorophyll. Non nodule forming, इसमें nodules नहीं बनते. Bacteria intimately associated with roots of grasses and certain plants. So it actually helps, मतलब इसमें nodules नहीं बनते, लेकिन it is present in farmland, in the soil, and it is helping the roots of the plants to fix the nitrogen. It is used as a biofertilizer for all नॉन लेग्यूमिनस प्लांट्स. ठीक है, तो नॉन लेग्यूमिनस प्लांट्स में अजोटोबैक्टर प्रेजेंट होता है, especially in the rice, cotton and vegetables. This is the another microorganism, azotobacter. Yes, see here diagram is shown. Leguminous plants में जो nodules बनते हैं ना, तो these are root nodules. So whenever if you get a chance to see the leguminous crops, so observe their roots, there you will see such type of root nodules. This indicates that this is nothing but a bacteria, rhizobium. Okay, then internal structure भी दिखाया है, nodule कैसे होता है. Okay, this is the internal structure of nodule. हाँ, this part is again important. Anabina, let's and azolla, also asked in board exam. Azospirillum, it is a free living aerobic nitrogen fixing bacteria associated with roots of corn, wheat and jawar. It fixes considerable quantity of nitrogen. इतने amount में nitrogen fix करने में help करता है. So this is second. Azospirillum, you have to remember these names. Second last is Anabina. It is a genus of multicellular filamentous cyanobacteria. It is an alga that exists as a plankton. It has ability to fix nitrogen, also forms symbiotic relationship with certain plants such as coralloid roots. I told you. इसके पहले मैंने आपको बताया. Anabina forms association with the gymnosperm cycas, roots of gymnosperm. And Anthoceros thallus. Anthoceros is a type of bryophyte. It has some specialized colorless cells called heterocysts, which are the sites of nitrogen fixation. 1 mark question. What is a heterocyst? It is these are colorless cells specialized in nitrogen fixation, present in cyanobacterial member Anabina. Okay. Next, azolla. What is azolla? Azolla is a free floating water fern. अभी ये जो अजोला है, यहाँ पे आपके पास पेंसिल होगी तो लिख दो, दिस इज अ फर्न, दिस इज अ टेरिडोफाइट. Azolla is not a alga, it is not a fungus, it is not a bryophyte, it is a pteridophyte. Plant kingdom chapter पढ़ा था 11th में, Pteridophyta, commonly known as ferns. So azolla is a fern. Okay, azolla plant consists of floating rhizome with small overlapping bilobed leaves. The leaf shows dorsal and ventral lobe. तो ये जो अजोला है, अजोला इट इज aquatic fern. It is present in water. Floating बोला है, its rhizome, its stem is floating in water, and it shows small leaves, bilobed leaves having two lobe structure, overlapping leaves and roots. The leaf shows dorsal and ventral lobes. In the dorsal lobe, Anabina filaments are present in the erenchyma, which fixes nitrogen. तो आपको समझ रहा है क्या, ये जो अजोला है, फर्न है, जो पानी में प्रेजेंट होता है, एक्वेटिक फर्न, इसके लीव्स के अंदर एनाबिना प्रेजेंट होता है. एनाबिना इज अ alga, cyanobacteria, which is present inside the एरेनकाइमा. लीव्स के अंदर कैविटीज होती है, एयर कैविटीज, विच इज कॉल्ड एरेनकाइमा. ओके, उस एरेनकाइमा में एनाबिना के फिलामेंट्स मिलते हैं एंड हेल्प्स इन नाइट्रोजन फिक्सेशन, व्हिच फिक्सेस नाइट्रोजन. अजोला कैन बी यूज्ड एज अ बायोफर्टिलाइजर इन द राइस फील्ड. तो इसके ऊपर क्वेश्चन आया था 2 years बैक. ओके, ऑन दिस राइस फील्ड, पैडी फील्ड में, व्हाट इज द रोल ऑफ अजोला, which symbiotic association is seen. So you have to write azolla and anabina. Okay, so with this your chapter ends. Now in our country many biofertilizers are available in market to reduce the use of chemical fertilizers and thus to reduce pollution. That's it about your lesson, about your syllabus. Anyone wants to say anything, you can. Yes, बोलो. खत्म हो गया है सब. लेसन इज ओवर नाउ. इट्स योर टाइम, योर रोल टू कंप्लीट द एक्सरसाइज. ठीक है, पूरा एक्सरसाइज कंप्लीट करो. अभी आपके पास काफी वक्त है, टाइम है. You prepare your own notes. If you don't understand any point, you can send it on Google Classroom. You can ask doubts. Okay. Homework करते हो आप तो वो भी send करो. I'll check your homeworks. Whatever mistakes you are doing, I'll mark it there. Okay. बोलो, say something. Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Yes, others. Yes, Abhishek, Siddhi, Sonal. Say something. Yes. Okay. So that's it for today. Okay. Chalo, bye everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, miss.